So people that do everyday carries sometimes tend to use the right side of their brain entirely too much. That's the creativity side versus the left side, which is the logical, analytical side. And you got to figure out how to do a healthy balance of both, because you could quickly have an everyday carry that goes down a rabbit hole of trinkets and doohickeys and things that you don't need. But if you use too much to the left, then yours could be boring AF and you're just like everyone else. So you're trying to figure out a healthy balance in everyday carry. So that doesn't mean if 5 of you peasants come to me, I'm not going to help you improve your everyday carry, because I most certainly will. So let's look at some of these submissions that were submitted in the Discord. So check out the Discord if you want to join, you want to submit some photos, and I could help you improve some of your everyday carry, or I can just lightly roast it if I think it's already perfect. Whichever one really works out in this scenario. So the marinex.com/Discord, or click the link in the description down below. There's an area that says pocket dump. Just dump stuff in there. It's related to your pocket dump. This is a submission by Pablo. Now, Pablo seems to have a very practical carry. He put in here that these are items that I carry, and some of these are even items that you've mentioned, Marine X, and I felt a small tear about to leave my face. Now, there's a few critical items that I have about this. First off, I'm a little concerned about where the photo was taken. I can't tell if it's a futon, a comforter, a bed. And, you know, it's a lot of blue going on in this photo, some purple in here as well. But I see the little 6-in-1 charger that I use on the bottom left there, and a battery bank, so you're always ready to rock and roll. I don't know what flashlight that is, but you seem to be ready to go. And is that some type of cold steel knife? I don't know. I see a Zippo, and then I see an older iPhone. You're a man that doesn't like to change things very often. It's nothing wrong with that. I see a big old Air National Guard. So go Army. Is that what they say? I don't know. But I just so happened to actually peel back the covers and see where this photo was actually taken. And that's where I discovered everything that you had hidden. So you had a T-Rex that was originally in the photo. You took it up out of there, and I guess you didn't want people thinking that was legit a part of your everyday carry. Then you had like a Bronchiosaurus or some type of large dinosaur that was nestled behind your pen in your Subaru notebook, which I didn't know Subaru made notebooks, but of course you can't have that in the photo. And you should make sure you delete the photo notes out of Discord, because I can see everything. Of course, you visited Jurassic Park 2, or is it, no, it's Jurassic Park 3, or is it 2 or 3? Which one was it when the young man stole the eggs and then the mom hunted them for the rest of the movie? Well, here's the result of that. It seems like you took some eggs as well. This is a ridiculous EDC, like the fact that you have all these dinosaurs mixed in. I saw the plush one at the very beginning of the photo. This makes more sense where you're coming from. Pablo, it's okay. These are things I didn't mention, but I'm not going to completely roast you for having this stuff in the photo. Now, okay, Thor 60 is coming in. Of course, Thor seems to be a lover of titanium. This is a titanium bull. I mean, he has the JRW. Is that the JRW beer bomb thing that they talk about? He has a lanyard with a bead on it. The bead's probably titanium. You know, he offsets it a little bit with a, you know, for his AirPods, it looks like a leather or maybe a super duper worn in micarta case. I can't really tell. Then the actual notorious laser engraved into the beer bomb holder. So maybe you drink a lot of beer, maybe you just always get into fist fights. Chris Reeve knife with a big old lanyard and a bead on there, and some flashlight, I don't know what it is, and maybe a big idea design pen. I'm starting to think that you are a big old titanium guy. That's when I found out where you actually worked. When I visited you at your job, I noticed that you were flirting with an employee while actually putting titanium items directly in your pocket. This factory is a titanium recycle factory, but for some reason you have the hookup to find all the titanium goods. It only makes sense that you work here because everything in your everyday carry is titanium. I'm pretty sure that case we were looking at, I had to get rid of it because it wasn't titanium. The pen, that may have been aluminum. We had to get rid of that too. These are items I know were titanium. They get you excited. They get her excited too. That's why you both are smiling. She's wearing Dickies with absolutely no stains on them. I don't know what kind of safety equipment that is. I'm pretty sure you guys should be wearing earmuffs, but at least y'all are having a good time as you make even more stuff for titanium. I guess I don't really know, but dope sick. SIC. This is a very knife heavy carry. Is this are you showing me every knife that you carry over the given month, or is this your carry? I mean, I see a lockpick set. I see a Citizen Echo watch, several different types of knives. I don't know what any of them are. I'm really trash about that, of course, being the peasant in chief. I see a pry bar. You know how I feel about pry bars. I have one right here, coincidentally, but I use this for taking scales off of liner locks on knives. But then I see some looks like a pin, maybe a glue stick, and then I see a copper flashlight, maybe a stream light. Then it looks like it could be a Karas pin. I don't think that's a tactile term, but maybe it is. A very nice set, and you have actual locks, so I guess you can practice your lock picking. You never know you're going to need that. And then you're actually blinged out with some bracelets. This is a real thing. Then I found out, because you have a cockatoo in the middle there, that you're a lover of birds. And this is what the photo looked like before you lightly edited it, because you knew that I would have an issue with it. I tell you guys, delete the notes on your photos, because I will see what you're really into. Okay, so if I look at this in the very middle, you thought I missed the little duck and the little cockatoo. I didn't. And I see your girlfriend showed up here, and she's gazing in the eyes of a pigeon, because she also loves birds just as much as you do. These are like super elusive birds in America. Every bird in this photo is very hard to find in the United States of America. That's probably another reason why you didn't want to show it, because you don't want us knowing that you have all these rare breeds. I mean, chicks and pigeons. Yeah, that's really hard. And good catch on the lady on the right. She's a good looking one. I think that you have a very good carry. Next time, don't be so afraid to actually just show what your carry looks like. We're not going to make that much fun of you, okay? Boone in the Wild. Boone in the Wild. This is an interesting carry, okay? So I don't know if you were trolling me or if this was your carry. You put in your comments that it was a pool day. So maybe you had a water gun fight that day, or you said it was a backyard day. So you had a water gun fight that day. Is that a kitchen knife? I guess it would be a backyard day, because maybe you were barbecuing and you had a kitchen knife for cutting. Maybe you were cutting the fat off some ribeyes because they're super fatty, or New York strip, which are super fatty. Maybe you were about to, defend your castle, because it's a very weird, and the wood doesn't look like stabilized wood. Normally when you carry a wooden EDC handled knife, it's stabilized wood, so the oils from your hand and the elements won't make the wood decay. That looks like that wood's been through the dishwasher several hundreds of times. Then the wallet and the watch look real. The wallet has a super worn in leather band, good for stropping or honing in between sharpenings, but you can't sharpen that knife because it's mostly serrated. It's not even partially serrated. It's like almost all serrated except for the tip. Then you got some money, some receipts, a couple of Irish pendants on your wallet. Then I found out where you were actually going that day, and you were going to the pool. You and your family just having a grand old time. You brought your brother with you, got a couple of your daughters and your son. And this is what you were doing with that Super Soaker X Shot in your wallet. Since it's leather, you just don't care what happens to it. You probably shouldn't get it wet, but you just say, F it, I'm going for it, Holmes. This looks like a fun day, okay? This is where you were doing. I knew you mentioned something about the pool. I got rid of the knife because you're not taking that into the pool. It's not going to happen. This is not the Benchmade Water Series. That knife is already barely hanging on. I think you had a good day that day, and it shows with this photo. Everything about this photo says your EDC saved the entire day. And then we come here. Now, this photo had so much to it. This everyday carry almost had nothing to say about it. I was like super close to not even saying anything about it. You have some sound by AKG earbuds I've never heard of, but I'm looking for more earbuds. All mine have shit the bed. I have 3 pairs. They all shit the bed. Then I see a Ben Roos, U.S. military, New York, established 1921. I love my Ben Roos watches. They won some contracts in Vietnam to provide some Type 1 watches for pilots and and for Navy SEALs and for CIA. So you're cultured. You know who Ben Roos is. Then you got Shrek. Kind of threw me off. But hey, if Shrek brings you joy, maybe you call yourself Shrek. Maybe you just watch Shrek a lot. We watch Shrek a lot here in this family. Then you said not a Rolex. So I'm trying to think, are you trolling like it is a Rolex or isn't it a Rolex? I'm not a Rolex expert. Comment down below, guys, if you know that this is a real one or a fake one. I don't really know, but I'm glad that it's not a smartwatch. Okay, so I'll give you points for that. Then you got a Matco Tools knife. Now, you know how I feel about boomstick brands, tool brands that make knives. Now, I give Matco, I give Crescent, I give DeWalt, I give them a pass because they normally put coatings on their knives because mechanics are using them. They're using them around chemicals. Maybe you're a mechanic. You might be a mechanic because you do have this Velcro wallet with Lightning McQueen, and you said you actually use it. So then I found a better, improved layout for you. Okay, so first off, you have got to get the new earbuds because they now include Mater and Lightning McQueen. Every time you open the case up, boom, they're right there. They're right there as charging companions. You can fidget with them. I had to put Lightning McQueen over Shrek because it felt like you were disrespecting your keys by putting Shrek in there. It didn't really go very well. You already have this wallet. You got to lean heavy into the McQueen lore because now we've gotten you a real, this is an actual knife that I were able to find in Japan, had it rush shipped over here before I made this video. And now you have yourself a Yaxel safety knife. It can still cut, but it takes a ton of effort. So if you're trying to slice butter, it's going to take 15 minutes. I think that this has greatly improved your carry. You should probably send me a super thanks down below so you can just, so I can just send you everything that I bought for you. You don't have to do that, but it is very interesting. I have helped you guys out greatly today. You should hit the like button and subscribe, join the battalion, join the Discord, send your own photos. Maybe we can do some light roasting or some improvement of your photos as well. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you for stopping by. Glad to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, I'm not talking to you. You've already done what I need you to do. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.